What's going on, everybody? Justin here. The Winds of Change is the channel name. Thank you for stopping by. We're back with another weekly item breakdown. Now, this is a video that I'm putting out every week that focuses on a deep dive into a single product, why I made the decision to buy it, how well it worked out, and help you think about parameters and things to look at when you're deciding what to buy and what not to buy when you're out there sourcing for things to resell on Amazon FBA. Thank you for everybody that is a subscriber. If you haven't subbed to the channel yet and you've been watching for a while, I'd love for you to sub. Go ahead and like the video and leave a comment. Ask any questions that you got, and we'll get right into it. Now, this video isn't a broad, hey, go out and buy this and sell this and you know, a whole overview of how to do Amazon FBA. This is just about a deep dive into a specific product that I sold this week. I've got my sales pulled up here through Inventory Lab, so this is an actual sale that I've had. We're just going to talk a little bit about what it is. So we'll pull up the Amazon page in a minute, but let's look just first and see what it was. It is the Adidas Boys Tricot Jogger Large Team Victory Red. Now, that's a long way to say they were red boys Adidas pants. So let's look here. The total income that I got was $39.98, and the total profit was $13.43 down here. So when somebody says, hey, I bought these pants for 15 bucks and I'm selling them for 40, and people think, man, you're making a killing on that, or you're thinking, hey, I'm going to make a lot of money doing this, you've got to remember Amazon takes their cut as well. There's shipping, there's overhead costs, there's taxes, there's fees, there's processing fees, there's all kinds of stuff, right? So let's look here and see the actual breakdown. Again, sold it for $39.98. We go down here, this breaks down the expenses, right? So the Amazon referral fee was $6.80. The Amazon fulfillment fee was $4.75, and we can see that better up here on the screen as well, that the total it cost me to sell this on Amazon was $11.55. Now, there's some minor charges like a per pound shipping fee, which ends up being about 30 cents per pound when I ship these things in a big box. And there's a storage fee, you know, if it stays in the warehouse for a while. But minusing those really sort of negligible costs, $11.55 was their cut. My buy cost was $15, so I picked these up for 15 bucks. And then you minus all that, the overhead of the referral fee, the fulfillment fee, and then my cost, that's $13.43. So that's actually really good. Spending $15 and profiting 13, almost 14 is really good. That is an ROI of 89%. Now, ROI is return on investment, and that essentially means a percentage of the money you put out you want to get back as profit. So to break it down into a smaller sense, if I spend $10 and I profit 4, in other words, I get 14 back, that's a 40% ROI, return on investment. Now, 40% is usually the minimum I like to shoot for. I'll go under sometimes if it's a really fast seller or if it's stale inventory, but 40% is about what I like to get, which is pretty high, actually. A lot of businesses don't see anywhere near even 20%, right? So that's one of the reasons I like FBAs. You can get some huge returns. We got almost 90% here, which is amazing. So now let's pull up the actual item right here. This is what it was, and I just found these again on the rack at TJ Maxx. They weren't on clearance or discount or anything. I just scanned them, and turns out it was a good buy. So right now, I've got the large selected. This is the right color. There's a bunch of different colors, but I got the red one, the large. Right now they're selling for $39.99. So if we would sell them right now for 15, then it'd be down to $13.18 as well, right? So not too bad. This I have calculated with $4 coming out for shipping, which this would probably be like $7 to ship out. Honestly, it would go UPS first class if I shipped from somewhere outside of the Amazon warehouse if I didn't do it FBA. So we'd actually maybe take a little bit less. It'd equal out to be about the same. Now let's see why I got this. One, the profit's there, right? I shoot for at least 2.5 times the item price. So if something's $10, I like it to sell for like 25. That's a pretty good profit margin there by the time everything's said and done. It's usually around a 50% ROI. And 55,000 in clothing is really good. So it's got a great seller rank. Anything under, well, it depends on the category. I try to stay under 250,000 in clothing. Anything under 100,000 though is really, really good. So it's got a great sell rank. And then I went into the Keeper graph here, and you can see we sort of lucked out on these, right? Because this is a 3-month view. Now, this line here is how much the item was selling for. And if you see it pop up, this pink box here where it says buy box, that's the one you see. The buy box is like you go to the page, and then the one that pops up that says buy now. This doesn't even have a buy box. So Amazon, sometimes they'll say, hey, this price is a little high. So you don't have a buy box. There's not a buy option. So you have to actually click here, right? And see all buying options. So there is no buy box now. But in the past, there's been buy boxes at around the $25 mark. So this is the price, and you can see it's been going for like 23, 24, 25 up until September, which now all of a sudden the price has jumped, and then it dropped, and then it's jumped again all the way to where it's really high now. So if we look at the year view, I'm going to guess that yes, these are more going for more. It looks like during the season, and then in the off season when it starts to get warm, the price sort of dropped. And you can look at these the green graph here. Now you do have to be a member of Keepa to see this green graph. This is the sales rank graph. So anytime there's a down dip, we can say, hey, there was at least one sale, right? So this is pretty good. If we're looking at this, even if we're looking at the week, there's been a few sales this week. If we're looking over the month, there's several sales this month. So this thing is selling consistently. The only reason I may steer away from these at some point, like if it was during the summer, is that this is too low to make a profit, right? This $24 is too low to make a profit. So even if we sell it for $25, we're going to be not making a profit. So that's the only risky thing about this call is, do you want to get them and hope that they sell and bank that they sell at this price, or are you not going to be able to move them, and the price is going to go down, or somebody going to come in like this where it's selling for 40 and then all of a sudden somebody says, oh, I'll sell it for 25, right? So that's where you sort of got to make your call at. But I picked them up and decided to go with them because of the sales rank and the Keeper graph. And I ended up selling it and doing pretty dang on well, since I made $14 off of it. Well, $13.43. So anyway, that's the breakdown for the week. Now, Adidas is something that you're not going to be ungated in right away. You're going to have to figure out how to get ungated in that. There is a YouTuber named Just Notified, JUST, and then Notified. Look him up. He's got some good stuff on getting ungated in some of these brands. It's not as big of a deal as you think it is. I'm going to put together a video at some point about how to get ungated in these things, but there's a lot of information out there. Not like it was like 10 years ago when I started, when nothing was gated, and then everything was gated, and now they're gating more and more. But it's not as hard as you think it is. So work on that. If you are ungated in Adidas, keep your eye out for these Tricot joggers. And even if you're not ungated in Adidas, scan everything. Just look at some of the different things. You may be surprised in what you're ungated in and what you can get auto ungated in. So keep up the hustle. Don't get discouraged. Q4 is like officially here, or going to be here really, really soon. So we're going to start seeing an up in sales and an inventory coming into the store. So it's a great opportunity. I usually make almost like 70% of my money for the year from this business in the last like 4 weeks of the year, and then the first 2 weeks of the following year. So it's of the coming year. So it's actually pretty crazy Q4. So go out there and get you some stuff, make good buying decisions, make some money, have fun doing it. And until next time, I'll catch you all later.